Selangor going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask that age-old question again: who is going to come out on top this time? Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Familiar feeling this for you, Jim?
Well, it's certainly going to be huge, Peter. The demands, both physical and mental, on these players out there will be massive, and there's going to be a big responsibility on both captains to keep the players in check. We need talkers to ensure that everyone plays the game, and not this occasion.
If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. He's had a shot! So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes, so we're seeing some conservatism here.
And he's quick to return it. Tries to pass it through. And that's... takes a shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that is headed for the middle. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Still goalless. He might be in here! Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
He's gone direct. Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
That has been slung wide. Delivered from distance. And that should get the job done. Nicked it back promptly. That's a super give and go. Cleared away. And reclaimed it in a trice. Played out wide. And he goes cross-field.
Good ball, that too.
Halim. Showing good feet. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
Oh, he's having it, and again! He doesn't look too happy with that. Selangor with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And they've got rid. And now they can spring out of defence. Now, what about a counter-attack? It's still 0-0, but no shortage of effort. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, really cute. What a lovely series of passes. Passes short and sharp. Passing is crisp and sharp. This looks promising. Oh, it's inches away from being a really good ball. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So very little to report. Nothing, indeed, in terms of goals scored.
After all that probing and testing the waters, here's hoping for a more open second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we are back underway.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Halim. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Crosses it into the area. Now he's off and running. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Halim. Good running, strong and purposeful. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, football is a simple game, complicated by footballers. Why doesn't he slip that to the right?
Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Wriggles his way through. Can he latch on to this? Oh, that's a key interception. Oh, what has happened here?
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended. Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Hops for safety. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. And that's been won straight back.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And he's running, chance for a shot!
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Strong running down that left flank. Time then for the first substitution of the game. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, decent chance! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, he's been caught napping. Now, this could be a chance. Nice control. Defending of the desperate variety. Still no sign of a breakthrough, which comes as quite a surprise if you consider the gulf in quality between the two teams. Aimed beyond the defence. He's found space here.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Nicely weighted ball.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
So just 1 extra minute for stoppages. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's in a great position here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And we're done. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff. Thoughts on what we've just seen?
Well, I think all things considered, Peter...
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
He's going for goal! And it's come back out to him. No, not the best of headers. Opts for safety. He has a look up. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Well, he's hit it long, but astray. No, not quite.
Well, it was going to take something a bit special from there, and that wasn't it.
Imigresen have got it back and they'll have another go. It's been a pretty high-octane start, at least from one side's perspective.
Yeah, whether they've been allowed to set the standards or not, they're setting them, and a goal has to follow.
No goals as yet. Is there any support? He might not need it. Halim. Ball in towards the middle. Oh, good effort! Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Imigresen have reclaimed it. He's got away. It's just beyond his reach.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal. They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Halim. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? That is lovely. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Engages and forces him off the ball. He's in plenty of space here. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Tries to pass it through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Great defending, strong and determined.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Not the most accurate pass. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, Red, nice interception. Out of play for a goal kick. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Played out towards the right wing. Space for him to turn and look. He's shifting through the gears here. That's it, 45 minutes up. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
It's a bit disappointing the way the team couldn't make the most of what looked like a pretty high-octane start, Peter. But this break should give them enough time to rediscover their focus and intent and start the second half in a similar manner. They have to keep believing.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. The second half is up and running. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Now, can they get him away? And that has sent him sprawling. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
It's a promising position. Here comes the cross. And it's claimed by the keeper. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Selangor needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. So we've reached the hour mark. And that has been slung wide. Showing good feet, and that's been drilled in, and he's there to clear it. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0. Shot could be on, flings in, and the shot! And that's a tidy finish. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. You felt it was coming, 1-0.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Selangor are very much in the game and matching the opposition for chances. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, super ball! And the shot! That's a fair try, but just off target.
Halim certainly knows that he's missed a real chance there, but he can't dwell on that. He needs to pick himself up and move on.
So we have further activity on the bench here. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Can he get onto this? He's having a hit! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here!
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
That's a good ball out wide. Selangor now in a position of desperate urgency.
Well, whatever it is, Peter, it needs to be drastic and quick. Maybe the late show.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Imigresen are looking to break at pace. So this is it. We're on the verge of witnessing a major shock. There's the delivery. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
And he's been shifted off it. Cleared without hesitation. And reclaimed it in a trice. Hangs in a cross. That's really well cleared. And time is up. Selangor come up short. They will be taking nothing away from this one, an outcome which is thoroughly disappointing on all counts. How do you look back on the game then, Jim?
The type of defeat that's hardest to take, Peter. One where you know